Good morning, students. In the last video, we learned about the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and directive principles of state policy. Today, we will learn about the Election Commission, political parties, and importance of voting. So, children, let us begin today's video by the classwork which is given over here. Define each of the following terms in one sentence. First is sovereign. First is constitution. So children, constitution, it is the set of rules according to which our government runs. This is known as constitution. Second is sovereign. So children, sovereign means when a country or a state is independent and it is not under the authority of any other country, then it is known as sovereign. Lastly, secular. So, children, it means that when all the people in the country are free to follow whatever religion they want to, it is known as secular. Now, children, let us start with Election Commission. The Election Commission is an independent body. It is not a part of our government or any political party. Its prime duty is to conduct elections in India. It plans, fixes dates, and conducts the elections in a fair and impartial manner. So, children, Election Commission is an independent working body. It is not a part of our government or any political party. Now, the most important function or duty of Election Commission is to conduct elections in our country. So, it plans how to conduct elections. It fixes dates as to when to conduct elections, and then it conducts the elections in a fair and impartial manner. Fair and impartial means not favoring any particular party and treating everyone as equal. So, children, this is the most important function or duty of Election Commission, that it has to conduct elections in our country in a fair and impartial manner. Now, the voters are provided with an identity card. The voter's ID card, which they have to carry when they go to the polling booths to vote. Voting is done by a secret ballot using an electronic voting machine wherein people cast their votes by just pressing a button. Now, children, for participating in elections, voter ID card or identity card is very important. If you have voter ID card, then only you will be allowed to vote. So all the voters have to carry or bring their voter ID card on the day of election to the polling booth to vote. Now, voting is done by a secret ballot where the electronic voting machine or EVM is kept. So, voters have to cast their vote by pressing a button. As you can see in your book, children, an image of electronic voting machine or EVM is given. So this is how EVM looks like. So you have symbols of different political parties on this machine, and whoever you like, you can give your vote to them by just pressing the button on the side. So this is how the electronic voting machine works. Now let us read about the political parties. There are many political parties in India. Each political party has its own symbol. The person who contests the election for any post from a political party is known as the candidate of that political party. The candidate who gets maximum number of votes is elected as representative. He or she, with the rest of the members of the party, forms the government. The defeated party forms the opposition to the government. Now, children, there are many political parties in India, and each political party has its own unique symbol. As you can see over here, there are many symbols of different political parties. Now, children, who is a candidate? So, the person who contests the election who stands for any post from a political party is known as the candidate of that particular political party. Now, whichever candidates get the maximum number of votes, he or she wins the election and is elected as the representative, and he or she will, with the rest of the members of the party, forms the government, while the defeated party forms the opposition party. Now, let us read Did You Know? Abraham Lincoln once quoted, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth." So, children, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th US president, and he said that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. Now, children, this quote over here is very important. A question can be asked in exam like, who said government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth? The correct answer will be Abraham Lincoln. So this is important. Now let us read about importance of voting. Right to vote is one of our fundamental rights. It is an important right as it helps us to choose the right leaders to govern the country. As a citizen of India, this right must be used carefully and responsibly. If a leader elected by us fails to work properly, we have a choice of not voting for the same candidate in the next elections. The leaders are thus answerable to us. So, children, voting is one of our fundamental rights. This right is very important because it helps us to choose the right leaders who will govern our country. And as the citizen of India, this fundamental right should be used very carefully and responsibly. If suppose a leader fails to work properly, then we have a choice to not vote for him in the next election. And thus, the leaders are answerable to us. Answerable to us means that whatever action the leaders take, they have to give reason for their actions because we have voted for them, we have elected them. So they are answerable to us. Now, children, with this, chapter 19, our rights and duties, is over. Now, question answers and exercises will be sent. Please write it down in your copies and learn them. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you, children.